Hi everyone, long time no see. Sorry that there hasn't been a video for the last 2 weeks. Just life. I think it's been I've had an incredibly busy few weeks at work, and then I had the opportunity to go on a really nice impromptu holiday, so I took that opportunity and I've now come back and it's kind of back to reality. So I have a big jam-packed episode for you today. As I was cutting together this episode, I realised that the episodes have sort of fallen behind from life. They were always running a few weeks behind anyways, because that's how I kind of started them, but because there's been so much going on, sometimes too much in a week to pack into one episode, otherwise they would be really long. I've been kind of spacing them out a bit, and then obviously had, you know, a few weeks of no episodes. So actually we're now running sort of 2 months behind real life, which is quite a lot. So, I mean, at the moment we are the beginning of November, the weather's turned, I'm not doing as much work out in the garden at the moment, obviously. So it's a bit weird to watch back videos from the beginning of September, which is what you'll see today, when we're in a heat wave and the weather is beautiful. But I've decided to, you know, really pack everything into these episodes, so you'll get the one today, and I think I'm probably going to do a second one this week to start to kind of catch up with real time, a bit closer to real time. So basically all that to say, more episodes coming your way, lots of stuff happening in each episode, and yeah, I hope that you enjoy me taking you back to the beginning of September when we had lovely weather and beautiful hot days. So enjoy. So I have a rare weekend free, and as it is the beginning of September, I'm not really quite sure how that happened, but it's time to put some time into the garden and do a kind of big major garden kind of clean up, tidy up. What that's going to entail is cutting back and deadheading and pruning everything, all of the plants and the flowers and the weeds. Also this weekend gonna do the first empty and clean of the hot tub, so that needs to be completely drained, the inside cleaned and then refilled, and then obviously all new chemicals and everything. And then the continuation of the painting of the path needs to happen, and I'm going to tackle the stairs as well. Yeah, so this weekend, big garden transformations, big garden clear up, and then that'll kind of set the course for the next work to happen. Lots of painting and maybe having a look at this side of the garden and figuring out what to do with it. Ooh, and also very exciting is that I finally ordered the extra gravel for the other part of the patio, and that's arriving on Friday. So I really want everything to be cut back and cleaned and the pool drained and refilled and everything, so that when the new gravel arrives on Friday it can just fill up and finish that patio area off, and then that's a lot of big things really checked off the garden list. Well, that was a lot of work. I clearly had just let all the weeds grow over the summer, kind of free range, just because, you know, they just added to the filler, and I liked the feel of it all kind of feeling really green and really kind of full. But yes, it had gotten a bit out of control, and it looks like, you know, I've really culled a lot, and I have. So, you know, it's a bit sad to see all of that space behind there, you know, so clear. And obviously the flower bed up here has also been, you know, culled right back. There's still some flowers in there, there's still some colour, which is nice. And I might just go and pick up some cheap like bedding flowers to just put in some of the pots and just fill a few of the holes, just because we're going to get some nice weather over the next few weeks, and it would be nice to still have a bit of colour in the garden. And I think I need to get some like wood chippings or mulch or something for the flower bed behind the hot tub, because it really gets overrun with weeds, so maybe that would help keep some of the weeds down. And I need to figure out what's actually going to go there. I obviously had sunflowers this year, courtesy of a neighbour, and they looked amazing, but obviously you kind of have to plant them every year and then they don't necessarily last a huge amount of time. So might look at something that's a bit more permanent to fill in that gap. Maybe some climbers, maybe add some wire or something to the back of the fence and then have some things climbing up. That would probably be really nice. So yeah, so now that this side of the garden is all weeded and cut back and pruned, next step is to empty the hot tub now that everything is kind of clear. So it's all sort of clear now, so all the water can drain out. And then also start painting these steps. They look awful, and now that I've culled all the greenery back, I can actually access the steps. So gotta get on and paint these. And I won't even show you the other side of the garden yet. That might be tomorrow's job. It's really bad. It's just, yeah, weeds everywhere. I really need to make a plan and decide what I'm going to do with this side of the garden, because now this side looks so nice, the other side looks really crap. But anyways, I've got tomorrow. Yeah, don't have to do everything in one day. Weeding is very hard work, very labour intensive. Anyways, let's empty the pool. Well, I unplugged the plug at the bottom of the pool, and I guess I just expected more to happen pretty quickly. I have no idea if it's draining or not. I assumed that all you did was unplug the plug and water went out, but I might have to go and read the instructions. It doesn't look like the water's going down at all, and it doesn't look like there's water coming out at the bottom anywhere. So that was a bit anticlimactic. I better go and find the instructions. Okay, so have just consulted a YouTube video, because I don't know if it came with instructions, or if it did, I definitely don't have them anymore. Of course, it's not as simple as just open the bung on the bottom and think it drains out. I need to either decide whether I'm going to let the water out over the garden or over the patio, or if I want to, sorry, airplane going over, or if I want to attach a hose and then drain all the water into the river. That's probably not very ecologically friendly, because obviously the water in the pool's got chemicals in it. But on the other hand, it's just going to go over my garden and then go into the ground, which is probably also not ecologically friendly. So it's probably a no-win situation there. But yes, so it's not a one-step job, it's a few-step jobs. So yeah, let's get on to that then. So very important, safety first. The first thing I've done is after I turned off the hot tub at the pump unit, I then unplugged it from the electricity. So yeah, safety first. So the hot tub is empty. It's pretty gross inside. There's even snail. That's not good. But I mean, obviously that wasn't in there when I was using it. I haven't really used it last week because I knew that it was going to be dirty and I needed to spend some time on it. So yeah, and it's also over the last 3 months obviously lost quite a bit of air, which isn't a big deal when the water's in there, but obviously now it needs to be refilled. So I'm gonna give it a quick brush down and get the snail out, and I'm gonna put the top on and I'm gonna leave it until tomorrow. I ended up emptying all of the water out onto the patio and that seems to have drained out nicely. So I'm gonna let everything here dry overnight. And then tomorrow I will clean it and decide whether I refill it right away or whether I wait until I get the rest of the gravel to level it out a bit more. I need a bit more gravel in this corner to make it perfectly level. But that means I then don't have the hot tub for the heat wave we're about to have this week. So I'll decide whether I refill it to use it as a pool this week or not. We'll see. It's about 9:30 at night and unfortunately I've had to kind of give up on finishing the stairs just because oh, look, all my pretty lights have come on. Yeah, it's kind of just too dark really. I can't really see what I'm doing, so I'll just let all of this dry and then that gives me enough to finish the stencils at the bottom tomorrow and start figuring out how I'm going to map them up the stairs. And then tomorrow night I'll have to do the last 3 stairs. I have to do it at night because this is when all the animals are asleep and I know that they won't come out and run up and down the stairs and try and get in my face and track white paint everywhere. Luckily this paint dries in about an hour, so it's pretty good stuff. So yeah, a really successful day. So until tomorrow. Okay, it is Sunday and I'm ready to start tackling more jobs today. I really just want to try and do a big push this weekend to get a lot done, but also so that I don't have to worry about anything this week. Also, it turns out we're going to get a crazy heat wave this week. So it's beginning of September and we're going to have 30 degrees most of the week. So the first job that I've done is I ordered a new mesh for this door, the main door, because it was kind of fraying and it was about 2 years old and it was really just falling apart. So I've ordered a new one which looks very sturdy, a lot sturdier than the old one, and is very nice. But at the same time I decided to also order one for the back door. So I've got a black one for the back door. Not sure if black was the right option. I think I should have gone white, but I've got it now, so we're going to use it, and then next time I'll get a white one. So if I flip you around, so it's the same thing. It's got magnets on the side, and if I take you outside, I fixed Velcro around the edge of the door and it just Velcros on. And then my little pallet baby gate can sit there, and then I'll tuck it up at the bottom so the cats can come in. I'll show you what that looks like. So as you can see, it is the most gorgeous, sunny, warm, beautiful day today, and I have lots of jobs to try and finish off. So first thing is I bought some wood chips to go into this flower bed because it just keeps getting really weedy and I haven't decided what I'm gonna put there yet, so let's put wood chips and hope it cuts down on the weeds. Then next job, put more air in the hot tub, clean the hot tub, put it back in place, refill. I thought I might leave it until I got the gravel delivery to be able to even everything out a bit more, but the reality is that it's going to be 30 degrees all this week and it seems a bit silly to have a hot tub pool and not use it the warmest week when it would be the right time. So I'm going to refill it. I'm going to set it to about like 32 degrees so that when it's really hot in, you know, during the day, I can kind of use it as like a pool or something, so that'll be nice. So do that, then sorry, you don't need to see my washing. Weed everything on that side, weed that side of the garden. I bought some new plants. I'm gonna put them into the flower beds and the pots that I weeded and took out all the dead stuff yesterday, and then back to stenciling the walkway and finishing painting the stairs. The aim is to finish stenciling all the walkway today and maybe start on the stairs. So lots of jobs, and in theory I want to get all this done so that I actually leave myself a few hours of sitting in the sun, enjoying it, maybe listening to an audiobook, starting to read a new book, actually stop and enjoy it. So we'll see how far I get. Okay, so the pool is cleaned and disinfected and it's re-inflated, nice and firm. Everything's plugged back in and now I'm gonna start refilling. Woo! Okay, I've given in. It's too hot and too nice and I'm tired of doing jobs. So I'm sat by the water. I've got a book, I've got some pizza, I've got a drink. I'm under the parasol, hot tub's filling up next to me. Just gonna give myself a couple of hours to just relax, and maybe later I'll do some of the other jobs when it's cooled down a bit. Even lemon dog's asleep in the sun. Well, I hope wherever you are having as equally a sunny and lovely day. So the great awning experiment has done very well actually. It's a real revelation, it's made a big difference. But as you can sort of see, it's gone a bit kind of saggy in the middle. I think this is because the bamboo poles that I used, it's obviously not one continuous pole, so where it's kind of sagged in the middle is at the join of two poles. And also this end I used like bungee cord to attach to the hooks in the wall, just to give it like a bit of give when it does get windy, but they've sort of stretched out and everything, which I think has made it looser as well. So what I've done is I bought some like tent poles, and I'm hoping they're a bit heavier than the bamboo, but hopefully not too much heavier. And I'm hoping that I can thread them in and it'll be kind of like one long continuous pole, and then I will tighten up the bungee and hopefully that will fix it and it won't look so saggy in the middle. So let's have a go. So I bought these tent poles and I honestly expected they were just going to come threaded and that I just had to, like, you know, like a tent pole like you normally get. I didn't realise I'd have to thread them myself, and I've just had to watch a YouTube video on how to do it, and of course it's not as easy as everyone makes it look. So yeah, a job that I thought was going to take 5 minutes is now going to take me like 40 minutes. It's always the way, isn't it? Okay, I've finally strung my tent poles. I think there should be just about enough to do the whole length of the awning. And I folded them up, and so now I should be able to just insert them. God, that was painful. I don't know why anybody would want to restring tent poles. I don't know why they don't come already strung. Surely there's a machine that can do it. Worst job ever. Well, after a very busy and productive weekend, I decided to finish it with some ice cream, hot tub time, and a little photo shoot with Lemon and Anakin being adorable. Still lots left to go, but a lot done this weekend. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode, and I hope you're continuing to enjoy the progress that's happening. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, for subscribing, for sharing, and we'll see you next week.